Zach is back with a Hulu original review. Today we're reviewing Catch-22, which is based off the novel Catch-22. If you like dark comedy and you're a little bit cynical, you're gonna love this show, period. We follow our main character, Yossarian. He's a bombardier for the U.S. Army in World War II. He basically is in the airplane and he drops bombs on people. He's the guy who clicks the button and drops the bombs, basically. Problem is, he really doesn't want to be in the war. He has like a moral dilemma in his head where he's like, why am I bombing people that I don't really know or give a shit about? And then why are these people shooting at me and trying to kill me and I don't even know them? So he kind of just like out of it when it comes to the war. But it's okay for him because he only has a couple more bombing runs before he can just get out of the military and go back home. But wrong! He's not going home. Every time he's right about to cross the finish line and the missions required he needs to go back home, the Army goes ahead and ups the ante and puts more missions onto his list over and over again. After a certain point of just getting more and more missions stacked onto his list where he basically just never gonna go home, Yossarian ends up trying to plead insanity because he's just over it. And technically, he should be able to plead insanity because he has PTSD now. He's been on so many bombing runs. He's overworked, he's exhausted, and he's seen his friends die in battle. I mean, he's completely over it right now at this point. Not to mention, he's going on suicide runs. He's not dicking around just flying around the sky looking at clouds. Every time he goes out there, he has a big chance of dying. There's just a shit ton of guns just blasting him from the sky. So he's over that, and he's completely, anxious all the time because he's afraid of dying. So he decides to go ahead and plead insanity, but there's a catch. And that catch is the Catch-22. A Catch-22 is actually a bureaucratic rule, and let me go ahead and read the rule. This rule states that a man is considered insane if he's willing to continue flying during a dangerous mission, but a request to remove him from duty is evidence of his sanity, making him ineligible to be relieved from duty. So it's a paradox. There's no win to it. So this show is actually a comedy. Basically, the gist of the show is that Yossarian is trying to remove himself from duty. That's the gist of the show. He just doesn't want to be there anymore, and he's out. He's trying to get out any way possible. What's great about the show is you really root for Yossarian. You want to see him get out of the army because his situation is so frustrating. And the reason you're rooting for him is because if you can, visualize yourself in his shoes, you'd go insane. You just go insane. It's just the worst situation possible. The banter between the characters is great, especially between George Clooney and Yossarian. George Clooney plays a colonel that is his plot and his character is to make Yossarian's life a living hell in the show. He kind of almost reminds me of the boot camp instructor in Full Metal Jacket. And if you guys seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just over the top and yelling and just going crazy. It's great. And it feels kind of like that in Catch-22. Almost like Full Metal Jacket, where there's a lot of dark humor and there's a lot of banter and communication between characters. And if you like that type of movie, like Full Metal Jacket, at least the beginning with the boot camp stuff, you'll definitely like Catch-22 on Hulu. All in all, the show was great. It had good acting, the storyline was good, Yossarian was great as a main character, the cinematography was great, everything was good about it. I have really no complaints about the show. So I'm going to go ahead and give Catch-22 an A+. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and do all of that YouTube business. Please click the little bell for notifications because I'm going to be producing more content soon. And thank you guys so much for watching. See ya!